I'm Ashu Madan, COO at Relicare Securities, first joins in. Ashu, hi. First, your call on the cement pack, because much unlike how one would expect the cement stocks to fall after the CCI verdict, it's not really the case. What do you think is holding up the basket, and should one utilize this as a buying opportunity for cement?
I don't think so it's a buying opportunity, because we have to wait for the impact. But the muted impact probably is because there were some expectations built onto it, and obviously people were shying away from the pack, and still it was outperforming the market. So I think probably that is the reason that it was contrary to the view which generally was taken, that whenever this will happen, it will have a negative impact. So I think immediate reaction, the muted reaction, is because of that. But I think the impact has to be analyzed in a way, and one has to wait for a couple of days that where actually the price movement pans out to, and probably then it is the time. And overall market is also supporting, so I think probably that is the reason that they are holding and probably will continue to hold.
Ashu, but what about the broader markets? Because given the way the rupee is moving, one doesn't seem to be getting any sort of positive cues, at least in the near term. Do you think the weakness will persist?
I think the near term, it has a lot to do with our expiry, which is a very important factor. Otherwise, if you look at, I think there are considerable short positions in the system. What happened, if you analyze in last 15 days, there was a huge expectation from the RBI policy. It did not happen, so immediate reaction was a knee-jerk reaction, and post that everybody was bearish on the market. QE3, there was an expectation, it did not happen, the US markets corrected, so again there is a knee-jerk reaction, and everybody thinks that market is negative. So I think all the bad news taking into stride, still important level of, now it has become an important level, otherwise 5100 does not have any sanctity, it is holding. Market is refusing to go down. With the dollar panning out, there's absolute panic if somebody outside view it, dollar from outside, that every day it is, from yesterday to today, it has more than 1%, it has depreciated rupee, so it will have a very negative impact. But I think the immediate reluctance for market to go down is probably our expiry position or the open interest, which is probably skewed on the negative side, and people are bearish, and that is why it's holding out. So I think next 3-4 days, it is very important that how do we play the market considering the bad news flow, and also the positions which have been built over a period of time. So I think that's the reason market is refusing to go below 5100, and we should respect that level as of now.
Ashu, do you think the crude cool-off as well has a part to play in the kind of resistance that we are seeing in the index?
Yes, certainly, because I think when the crude was moving up, and there were aggressive targets were being given, there was absolute panic, and out of that fear also, that futuristic positions lot depends on. So currently, basis this, smart money plays a very important role, because they are the ones first to catch this movement. So I think crude plays a very important role, because it soothes the ongoing effect, which we feel that if it remains at a lower level, then we're going to benefit for a considerable long period for future. So I think certainly it is helpful.
Ashu, what about reforms? Is an expectation also getting built in now that once the presidential polls are over and once we get a new finance minister, probably we'll see some of the reforms happen, probably some diesel price hike, FDI and retail. Do you think some of these could kick in and that could improve the overall market sentiment?
Yes, certainly. See, normally last year it used to happen on the negative side, whether it is a rate cut expectation or the reform expectation. As long as reforms are not happening, as long as the rate cut is not happening, every next time there's a hope. So that has become a silver lining of things not happening, things not moving, but every time, every month on month, there is an expectation, probably now is the time, probably now after presidential elections, probably now after some new equation in the coalition. So I think that expectation is also holding the market, whether it happens or not happen, but it will keep on lending the support to the market. Then whenever there's a dip, that is why we are currently saying that whenever there's a panic, the market is currently buy at dips.
So Ashu, with the crude cool-off, is it time to buy OMCs then?
I'm not too bullish on OMCs. I mean, generally I trade them only closer to when there is a news flow. Otherwise, I normally watch academically. I'm not too bullish. I mean, BPCL is the only stock which we like at times. But other than that, I think I'm not too gung-ho on OMCs other than the trading play available from at different time intervals.
So Ashu, what sectors would you then advise medium-term investors to look at from an investment point of view?
See, it is difficult to identify the sectors. Probably you can still stay because screen tells you that FMCG is continuing to be in its bull run of its own. So there's an outperformance definitely there. Pharma is performing. But I still feel that time has not come that we are able to identify the sectors. At times, I mean, the infrastructure, it's overdone, the worst is over, probably we feel, and suddenly there's a spike. But still on a sustained basis or with full conviction, I still, there's a time that we are able to identify that these are the sectors which if the market rallies or even if it doesn't rally, they'll outperform. So I think we still have to play the broader market and probably the index.